the other due to the early state of this match and the late finish of the previous. He even saying, oh yeah, you know, you're going to be staying up all night thinking about the mistakes that you made. I've been there before, so I can definitely empathize with that fact. And because with this map pool, we know that Inferno is immediately going to be a punish. We'll see if it's going to continue to flow that way against the Falcons. Vitality still trying to pick themselves up, piece themselves back together. Apex having a lot to say on social media regarding some of these fans who have already forgotten what they achieved in the first half of the year. But let's get the pistol round underway. City side start for Vitality. Falcons on the attack, and they're going to have everybody grouped up in banana. There is that flash at the ready. You can see they're being highlighted by the OBS team for Mezzi to set up this B defense, both site-centric.
Game plan right out of the gates.
Yeah, there's two smokes, a molly, a flash, and what I believe is a HE to try and assist for this B attack, and here they come.
Has to be perfect here. Marcy will be throwing out that flash. Flames anti. Is he still holding his flashbangs? So I was starting to lock the door from behind.
And now it's B.
Through that block smoke, they use the HE. Flash connects. That's the setup. It works out. Mezzi sets them up, and Flames at Apex knock them down, knock them out. 5 alive, flawless to start off Vitality's campaign.
Oh, okay. And Apex quite emotive to start off. So trying to bring the energy, both teams coming into it today. Vocal in the huddles. And we have a bit of a different setup for this matchup. It will be taking place on the B-Stream setup.
This is maybe the coolest position we've been as commentators.
Precisely, right. We've been put in a, I want to say, it's not birds.
I want to say a roost.
Yeah, we're kind of proceeding on the battle right now.
Yeah.
We're above, we've got everything going on. There's social media, there's cameramen, there's
Feels
teams.
Very cool. I can see it, the whole conversation. It's not just the little camera in the bottom left of my screen. This is actually significant.
It is going to be the eco right now from Falcons, understandably so. Bomb doesn't go down, don't get any kills, don't really have any extra cash to work with before the rifles come out. So you're going to have some problems if this is going to just be a quick runaway. You're going to be remembering last night's loss to Aurora. We do have that best of 5 final coming up next. Aurora taking on the Mongols. Two teams who have locked horns an awful lot of times, and this time one of them will be lifting the trophy. In case you did miss the desk, they were discussing the ramifications of this series for both teams. As far as the Falcons are concerned, it's mainly major implications. The EWC Club Championship first place already locked up, but they would love to make it to stage 3 of the Budapest Major to close out the year, or to save them a couple of extra Swiss stages. 1
and 2. Will he get to 3?
Important for Flames, I think, to get off to a good start. Right, he has been, I don't want to say tanking, but definitely not delivering in the same way that they'd expect. Now, look, Tessus has slipped through. It's great. He's got some space, sure, but this is just the Glocks. On the other side of the server, Vitality, they can leapfrog Liquid, who are currently sitting in 2nd place of the club championship.
Also, Chad, it's just come to my realization that I'm probably going to have to be a little more subtle with my movements and commentary in front of the players.
Nah, you're good.
You reckon?
Yeah, mate. You know horses, how they put blinders on them?
Yeah.
That's natural for players. Once you're locked in, you are locked in.
But let's say Tessus has an AK there and you come behind 3. I can't be going, oh my God! You know, wouldn't that be a bit weird?
Well, we'll see.
I think that's a bit sus.
Let's push the issue, shall we?
Well, no. I think I'm going to do my best to not ruin the integrity of the game, if you don't mind.
All right. Well, first rifle round underway right now. AK's in the hands. I expect just the default approach. We'll see this tussle with Banana. Just 2 players starting B for Vitality. Not going to be 3 hedging in to charge all the way down. They immediately block over towards half wall.
First gun round. Early apps control. Mezzi, what? Straight through the smoke, will find the head. That's an early first blood, but immediately they activate through mid. Breaking through brackets and accelerating. Tesla should have A. They haven't cleared out the pit player.
No, of course not.
Apex is unknown.
Well, it's meant to be Mezzi.
Yeah, well, they know he's elsewhere. He started with the opening. Traded out. Tessus a double kill, but that's a big death for Flames. Goes down. Caught by Monacy. Mezzi in the clutch. Quite quick to the scene. And a fake plant. They know he's likely close.
Oh, another smoke. This is tough now. Going to try and weasel through.
Oh, he had his chances. He really had his chances there. Didn't find the head on Tessus. Traded out. Falcons on the board.
Interesting that Vitality want to play the mind games immediately, right? So Mezzi, the pit player, starting over towards, one of the A rotating riflers over towards the B side early. And when that kill comes through, this is likely what informs them to come fast out top middle. And then Apex in pit, you know, he's going to cause a bit of a ruckus there, but dealt with handedly. The first gun round going in the favor of the Falcons. Now they can bust the bank balance wide open if they can get consecutive rounds. So will there be more silly business or tricky plays out of Vitality with the nameplate Counter-Strike?
Tricky with it. Nice openings, the two of them. Partner up, m0NESY and Kyosuke straight in to the feed. Hang on, Robs. He's still around. Tessa's likely to be able to catch the timing here, though, as he reveals himself with one. Yeah, well handled.
Might just have to be the save for the other two now. Apex and Flames, the B defenders. Going to hold on to this, and that's great. You got the Bash brothers. Two little anime Russian kids, both just breaking open top middle. Easy as you like. Tie this one up as be early in Europe. Obviously, there's an hour time difference between Central Europe and where we are right now in Saudi Arabia.
Now, you teach me a lot about Counter-Strike, right?
Oh, dear.
And you tell me things. And I remember them, like, most of them.
Okay, well, that's good.
But you told me something about how the veto was different yesterday in the Vitality Mongols game. And
yes, instead of picking Inferno, they picked us too, yes?
I was just wondering as to, like, how seeing Vitality return to Inferno now, when they were avoiding
it's a punish.
It's a punish.
Yes, right, because Harry Russell and Hugo B. Byron have been pointing out the lack of officials that Kyosuke has on this very map.
It's like 39 or 40 or
and there's
something.
been some position changes. The desk we're discussing, like Tessa has probably changed roles 3 times within the year, right? And look, Inferno might be a good map for some of these players in the Falcons jersey. Harry was on Twitter trying to plead with the Falcons to put Overpass in and get rid of Inferno, right? And I think they would have a very strong Overpass team, so maybe that's something they could look into the future. But right now, if they get a statement victory on this map against Vitality, that's a very big scalp to take.
Yeah, you're right. And no better time than now. A lot to play for. For the Falcons, it could very well be an assurance for a deeper stage at the major.
Yeah, well, they are already getting this top banana control without any resistance. 2 players combing through apps. They want to make sure they have information before they find that finish. Divide and conquer approach here with these rifles, and as Inferno goes, we know we can take a bit of a break, right? There is a lot of microing in the mid-round. There's certain information. They're going to try and draw that util out, but you tend to get later finishes on this map if you are a newer Counter-Strike fan.
Yeah, I have hope in this setup. Rops with the 5-7 will be able to punish as they flood. Here comes Tessus. Tracking. Oh, Tessus gets the opening. That's beautiful output. Puts himself into the line of fire, still gets one, and opens up the side that should transpire into another Falcons round. Just running away with the 3 consecutive now.
Now, Zoe's been able to scavenge back one of these M4s, so they should play the long game. This is one of the things with Inferno as well. Right? You want to just hold on to these guns to give yourself more and more opportunities to have full buys down the road, and their loss bonus is starting to tick up nicely now. Counterintuitive, sure, you are losing the rounds as, oh, m0NESY, looks like he got a little bit lost there in the source, but just goes down for free. Only had the USP, and there it is. Confirmed. So the rifles will come back into their hands. And we did lose m0NESY from the server, so that is why he probably wandered around the corner in such odd fashion. It is nice to be able to oversee business. It's a good trade, right? To take down Robs, Tess is gone, then they trade onto Apex with that rifle, so all the problems removed quite quickly, as you can see, and as we mentioned, there is going to be a bit of a technical timeout.
Well, it's not. It couldn't be any better for us as far as getting an update on when it's going to be ready.
Yes.
This is nice.
He's already back in.
Okay.
Just make sure everything is sorted. Much earlier start time today.
Yeah, and a late finish for the Falcons.
They've been able to get the sleep out of their eyes as this is the start that they're looking for. I'm sure for Kyosuke, this is part of the course. Stay up late, start fragging early.
Yeah.
Got that teenage mentality. But this is the rifle round, so a couple of guns saved. Now the reinvestments can come through and they have everything they would desire: armor, defuse kits, utility. And even a little bit of residual cash on a few. So with this loss bonus, we'll continue to see saves if they lose sites as quickly as they did. And that'll continue to have buys follow through. Again, the exchange of banana, just the 2-3. So really not wanting to fight all the way down Vitality. There's a clear change in the game plan opener, and this is the normal setup of Apex alongside of Flamesy towards that side of the map. They did this close mid-hole before, and they were broken through quite easily, so not the same approach from Falcons. At least not on the same timing, because now the mid-smoke has faded. It looks like m0NESY and Kiyasuke could pair back up to go for those picks. As he's dipped back, smoke lands, HE in towards the closed pocket. And Brackets is theirs. This is drawn the rotation. Apex will now join this A defense.
Denial of information.
And Inferno's all about the stages, isn't it? Now they're applying second wave on A. Library smoke, where is it?
Oh, Apex is waiting, anticipating for the library smoke. It's just flashes, and so they can fight. Oh, he hasn't found the kill. A whole magazine of bullets, still nothing to report. Apex getting flanked by m0NESY. Sweeping through the angles. NiKo in the meantime finding Rob's. Vitality picked apart on the site. This one, the more convincing of the bunch.
They threw 2 arch smokes. So this is what we're going to see a lot of, right? When everyone is a little bit more frazzled, a little bit more tired, you're going to be getting these scenarios where it's not landing as it should, and it actually helped them there on the execute. So I'm also, well, not surprised. Just taking a look at the map pool, it's not going to be as chaotic as if we had, say, a Mirage and a Dust 2 in the mix. An Ancient, that's obviously the permaban of Vitality, so it's never going to come into play within this one. So the starts are going to be, the scrappy business is going to be coming down to maybe missed util and then a spurt of it. It's not just going to be back and forth until we get late as Inferno goes. And that is going to be another round on the board. So 4 T-side rounds for Falcons now. And this is ticking along very nicely as they rip everything away.
Oh, it's cool to actually hear the Sonic Nice through my headphones. Not bad. It's kind of what it sounds like in case you didn't hear it. Yeah, I mean, Apex was due one that, didn't get his. Don't think that's the be-all and end-all of how that round ended, though. We saw the NiKo kill off-screen onto Robs.
Well, that's the thing. I was also talking about the stages, right? So if they go for Brackets control, we talk about normally go banana control, then you get Brackets control, or vice versa. Well, you know, they didn't really have a huge amount of banana pressure. They just had their second timing into an A execute. Yeah. So that's where you got to make sure that you're ready for everything.
Interesting that he waits for the timing, and it works out for 40 damage. Response HE, there's Rob's comfortable, removing Tessus. He actually chooses to take the fight to him.
And this is still a tough round to win.
It certainly is, especially with Kiyasuke so close to the end. That's a quick one tap. Flames only an MP9. NiKo's coming. He wants to ask you what you're made of. A one-man defense. Bomb's not committing, but NiKo slinking through the smoke to catch any rotations, and he goes looking for Razes to Kiyasuke. Doesn't really matter in the grand scheme.
Still got to grab this kill.
It should have him, right? MP9 puffing up his chest, jumping up, gets away with him. And so ZywOo finds himself in the 1v2. Bomb should be able to get past this deep CT smoke still up. And NiKo holding. They press tab, they realize it's the Woo, maybe give him a little bit of a wider berth.
They walk through this.
Yeah, he will have that timing on the walk through. m0NESY, oh, he catches a whiff. Okay, wins the head-to-head. Keep this win streak going.
Okay, well, that was just a light investment again, and still a great opportunity thanks to that opening kill, but now it needs to change for Vitality. We'll see if the AWP comes out into the hands of ZywOo, if they want to change things up and get the scope going. This was the opener, and this is where the chaos was caused. It's ZywOo forward in the apartments, catching Kiyasuke, trying to drop back towards B because of the space that NiKo had, but still was scrappy. So the tension a little bit higher as the investment has come through, and ZywOo has invested in the AWP. So how do they facilitate him with the openings? That's the question on everybody's lips right now.
Attack. At least that's what that sound makes me think.
Maybe it's already come to its conclusion.
Yeah, I think
right,
Taz was the one handing out fist bumps. Maybe that was a Vitality.
Yeah, could have just come in a little bit late as far as the HUD elements are concerned.
Timeouts remaining. Yeah, there we go. So that was just a quick 30-second breather for Team Vitality trying to get back on their winning ways.
So going into round 8, this is the 3rd full rifle round.
Right. 3rd attempt from Vitality to stop this 5 AK strategy.
Well, when you think about how the pistol was, it was so clean with that B defense, wasn't it? So would love to get something going. It's not done just yet. What's the nade timing for Apex this time round? Flash forward, and that one lands perfectly
chunky.
down the back pocket of Nico for about 50 damage. But this is looking direct again. Right, so Falcons, they're going to be surging quite quickly into a B execute unless something calls them off.
Flames
the
will
jiggle.
block them.
Yeah, but they'll come through. 100% they're coming through this.
Yeah, okay, so Apex is going to be called upon, especially when Flames gets absolutely nothing. Nico entry into the site. Apex forced away. Kiyasuke was in 2 minds there.
Ruff still hasn't even rotated from Porch. Zywo's still in A.
This is not one you go for, is it?
Well, this is the thing. You're
Well,
starting to get to the point of the game where you need to start attempting these, but it is Inferno. We know how tough the retakes can be. Now they are rotating over, making sure there is no lurk. They have good util for the retake.
Okay, there's a flash, but oh, good shots! Hang on, Apex and Mezzi swing through on the ruins. It's Monacy, however. Still on Banana side, time sensitive. Good shot as well from Kiyasuke. Zywoo on the ore barrel, spotted, easy frag. It's Robs remaining, he goes down 2. Kiyasuke 3, Falcon 6. And that AWP is retrieved. We will get to see Monacy whip it out on the T side.
Okay, well, that right there, the fact that they attempted that, Apex getting a kill, Mezzi finding one as well, that makes them think this is all possible, but still a tough retake, right? This is Inferno after all. Might just have to be another partial, unless they believe they can fully shove. No, with the investments coming through, it is going to be pick your poison. So Apex with the Hero M4, Romps comes in with a Famous, 2 MP9s and a 5.7 with light util.
Yeah, okay, we don't get to see it. I thought it got picked up.
I think because the game plan's being quite direct, I don't see the point of it, especially on the T side of Inferno.
No, it did look great on him yesterday. That looks great for Nico, though.
He's had a decent Gallivant up Banana, and now that he gets that scalp, will drop back. So Hero M4 picked up. Apex off to a better start than he was on Nuke yesterday. For those people who didn't catch the Mongols game, he was very quiet. Actually, the whole team was. It was only 2 rounds within the first half of play. They did mount a bit of a comeback in the second half, but Mongols beating them again. That's the key word. As Vitality do find themselves in this 3rd place to side up. In another universe, this is a grand final. Earlier in the year, it was several grand finals. Really just want to avoid, if you're Falcons in this situation, dying to a multi-kill.
Ooh, Monacy down.
Good trade work.
Hang on a second, there were 2 on his
Great trade
screen.
work.
This is working out wonderfully for Vitality. They gambled on A, and it's paid dividends. A reaggress necessary. Mezzi walking on in with MP9 on low HP on Nico. He is going to be very susceptible. Kiyasuke looking the wrong way. Bomb lost. Round should be 2. Nico should be dead a moment's time. Pushes out. God, he actually gave it a good go there. Made it the 1v1, but a necessary trade. And I think that's the word, isn't it? You want to talk about key words. Trade is the key word for Vitality.
Because like the multi-kill was what they had to avoid, and they actually did for the most part, right? It was just how they chipped in to help each other, Vitality, that was impressive. Zywa gets this, Smoke gets blown open, now Flamesy chips in. It was just a constant nuisance there. And as Falcons are all spreading the information, oh, one here, one here, one here, they keep to fall apart. And that's going to put the round on the board, the first in 7 for Vitality. So the 6-round spread for Falcons has now been stalled out.
Flames goes forward, actually trying to tuck around the half wall. Smoke, and he does draw blood. Nico, Venture this time thwarted. Flames gets 2. Monacy quick to the return with the trade.
Oh, they missed this long smoke.
Yeah, okay. Zywell actually throws out one of his own. Tessus versus Robs, this head-to-head continuously. Oh, but he again gets that spot onto Kiyasuke's short swing, and Tessus was unable to find the response. Robs can par the way now. Mezzi will pick up the slack and can't see a way back in.
Tessus can get a kill and live, right? We could have a conversation, but how are you meant to poke your nose out of the apartments and get a kill and get away?
Feels like Monacy peeking into Zywoo, sure. I've seen him beat out Orpers before with the AK-47. Feels like it's a big ask. Tessus looks to be pathing back for the boiler swing as well.
They're going to give it a go. You could
Oh, he's quick with it. Nice.
They talk about a save, but not anymore.
Well handled by ZywOo. Presents his back, and there you go. That's why that's supposed to be a very potent crossfire. Didn't look that way sometimes yesterday.
Don't have access to CSTV like normal, so we'll have to wait and see once we get back into game to see exactly where the finances lie. But if I'm going to try and do some quick maths, Monacy had 5K there. They've lost 2 rounds in a row, so that's 1,900 loss. There's the ability to get another decent buy. Yeah, he's gone in with an AK. There's enough money on Tessus and Kiyosuke as well, so they can definitely justify the buy in this scenario. But going into the final round, if they don't save or they don't get a plant, we're not even going to be looking at the Galil territory. It's mainly going to be around the MAC-10s Tech 9s. With 2,400 going into the next. Gixon looking to make the biggest compromise, so he's down to the pistol while the rifles are on his stars. And, well, this one makes sense, doesn't it? Kiyosuke, Monacy, Nico with the AKs, Tessus with the Galil, and the in-game leader with the pistol. Good comeback now from Vitality. Started strong, looking to finish that way for the half before the break.
Chunky.
Yeah, Nico has a very important role in Banana, right? He's essentially going to be calling the rhythm of utility when he needs that support flash, when they want to start progressing. Sometimes you call into the stack. Well, right there, he's taken an awful lot of nade damage again. There's been multiple rounds where nades have landed on him, but he's also had multiple rounds where he's been able to find the kills top Banana. And again, they're looking to make this direct play, see if they can overrun this. It's just Flamesy here playing from CT spawn. He doesn't have any support. They've gambled towards A. This call of the rotation is incorrect. How many can he get? That's the question.
A lot of pressure onto him, but he is at the top of the tables right now. Flames has been strong so far. But a whole squad, a whole Falcon.
Oh, nice smoke that he dropped to play around backside.
Push through the smoke. Spam. Actually, he does connect. Apex has done well. Removes Nico, finishes what his nade started at the start of the round. Now, Bomb will go down and gets across. Oh, and another spam.
Oh, okay.
Tessus goes down. Mezzi with the Smoko vision.
Haven't even planted yet.
Yeah, Kickson's very delayed. I think they're just right now clearing Nubox and Dark. Finally, they realize the fight is theirs, but you got to get back. Apex is posted. Nice shot back. Kiyosuke with something. Keeping the hopes alive for Falcons. Flash is good. Oh. The cover's better. Monacy onto Flamesy. There's Mezzi. He's doing so much for the Vitality squad right now. Double kill on the way back in. Kickson low. Has to be Monacy that steps up. What can he provide? A headshot indeed, and only ZywOo has to get for the AK. Best weapon for the job, a time-sensitive mission. Nade won't finish off the job. Uses it to mask the steps as he crosses deep into the site. Kickson playing time.
Kit's there.
Kit picked up, hoping for an overextension. Needs that one tap on the Monacy swing. Oh, it's Monacy though, handing out headshots and haircuts. 7 for Falcons. This is a T-haul they can be proud of.
Yeah, and to throw more numbers into the mix, that was a 3v5. 2 kills, 3 smokes. I don't even hate the approach here, right? So these kills are great. They come for free, essentially. But at this moment, because the bomb has to get back across and they've already rotated in, I don't dislike the fact that Vitality is swinging and taking those jewels. They're just not collapsing down with all of them. There's 2 of them taking the fights. If they're a little bit closer to CT, then maybe it would have been a little bit more perfect. But it's hard to criticize that. The shots just go against them. You could say, okay, give over the plant, then play that retake. But I don't think they necessarily misplayed it too poorly. Nico up and under again, and this time he'll get the opener.
Yeah, lovely work. Doesn't take a single lick of damage from the HEs this time. Enables him to win out. Ooh, Apex was flirting with aggression. Nico welcomes it. Double on the B defense. This one looks like it's round 12 already with a fork in it.
Do they overplay their hand?
It's a possibility when the bomb retrieval has slowed you down.
And Vitality have to play for this one. So
I want Nico to commit through that. Low HP, just be a little beacon of intel. Ruin smoke is dodgy. Messi can't get another one of those smoke spam kills.
CT smoke's faded though.
It has, it's been replenished. There's Monacy over the top, removes Mezzi. This time nothing on the smoke spams. Just exposed, and the final round petering out. Rops and ZywOo, though, even with that door locked behind them, I'm never ready to write them out. Doesn't feel good. Doesn't look like they've got much of a chance, but Zywu will go looking. Nico removes it. Quick tap to the head, a massive round from Nico. 3 on the warpath into B. Falcons starting strong. Map 1 first half. Good morning, Counter-Strike. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. This is the Esports World Cup coming to its final day. It is Championship Sunday. We find ourselves starting bright and early with the third place decider. Vitality and Falcons came up short, finding themselves here. I'm joined by Chatty B, and we're into our second half, map 1.
Now, Pissed Around went the way of Vitality. They got the conversion, and oh, hold up a second. We're going to have some aggression. I'll get back to telling history.
Oh, he's caught at the tail end of the push. That will inform the rest of them. m0NESY taps Mezzy in the meantime. There's Flames getting active, and he just flattens them. Perfect weapon for the job, that Glock.
That's both pistols, and Flamesy over both pistols has, what, 5 kills?
Yeah.
So that's an awful lot of impact. He is really trying to pull up his socks. He hasn't had the best tournament, hasn't had the best time in the second half of 2025 so far, so that's great for him. Was making a lot of space yesterday, but not always finding the kills. In their loss to the Mongols, Aurora taking down the Falcons, and that's why, yeah, don't adjust your sets. This is a third place decider. It was one of the most epic grand finals we've had in 2025 so far back in Melbourne. For right now, this is
for real,
just to decide who gets that bronze medal. Taking a look at the force by now for Falcons. This lead that they accrued within the first half can get away from them damn quickly. So they would love to start the economical tug-of-war right here, right now. 4 players top banana. as a nade does soften 2 of those aforementioned 4. Now, all the information Vitality have so far is somebody was top mid with a deagle, and now they've blocked it with a smoke.
Ooh, they're going to have to respect that. Oh, no, they push forward. 3 SMGs, 4. They're just lusting for the pushes. And it's been handled well. Vitality just stand and bang. ZywOo and Apex repel the swing. Understandable that what little remains, Kixon just scarpers away to try and save.
Clear plan, right? Because they had that smoke at the ready. It did take a little bit longer than I think Kyosuke was ready for, because he was starting to hedge forward. m0NESY was waiting for the smoke before he started to pipe in. Now, they are investigating A just to make sure. This will be good information. So even if Flames goes down, the bomb will just go in the B, get spotted, trade there. They know where Kixon is, and now they can plan over towards the other side of the map. So very well handled from Vitality. And now it will be the lighter investment for Falcons going into the next. So what was quite a big lead will quickly just become 1 round before the guns come back out. Clinical, well handled, and solid Counter-Strike on display. Now I wouldn't mind seeing a tactical timeout going into the next rifle round for Falcons, just to understand how they want to approach clearly with the guns. There's no shying away from the fact that a few of these players are going to be quite tired. It's all right.
Sorry.
Any noise that anyone makes in here is going to get picked up, isn't it? It's us. It's a couple of cameramen. There's a few members of staff from either team, but there's a different setup today for this matchup.
Yeah, this is the closest we've come to having like a...
Is this the tactical now?
An LEC. This is it. This is what Counter-Strike would look like if it was like League of Legends.
Okay, all right, well, take it in, because we'll be staying away from that. Surprised to see the tac now. I guess they would be talking about the following rifle round. Still want to extrapolate some value, from this lighter investment with what is likely just going to be a couple of pistols. Keep the pressure on, I think, would probably be the message. Boys, let's not just get bowled away. Now, the introduction of third, or the reintroduction, I should say, of third place deciders in Counter-Strike coincides with the VRS. PGL obviously bringing this in earlier within the year, and the fact that there is a prize money differential between third and fourth, and your placement will have impact on your VRS, which is essentially how you qualify for the major. Now, for Falcons, this is more important than Vitality. Vitality are towards the tippy top of the rankings, understandably so. For Falcons, it's not that they're not in the bubble, right? They will get major qualification, but you would like to be in stage 3. That would avoid 2 prior Swift stages if you were to be stage 1, right? Which is, that's a whole other conversation in itself. We're not going to get into all those details, but either way, stage 3 is where you want to be.
Big difference, yeah. And Rob's denying much potency to this one. It was just those pistols investments.
Okay.
Bomb can go B.
Yeah, so they did get a couple of kills out of this. So there is that value, that damage being done to force the reinvestments. Now look, Rob's already got a couple kills on the MAC-10, so he's made his money back, but how much more? Now, the MAC-10s that are picked up, they'll be worth even more in the frag department. And you are going to give this round a go. There's a smoke, there's a flash, that means there's a chance.
Nico wants to go. He'll go on the second. Oh, gets spammed on down. Good read from Apex. Anticipated the walk up. Throws some bullets through the smoke. However, that smoke is very intimidating. Sitting at the front of the fountain. Pool and uncertainty.
Well, now the round win is off. Still just look for damage. Try and keep them boxed in when they go to exit the site. See if you can take them down. You'd love an AK going into the next, wouldn't you? Full reroute from Kixon. I think he's going to go for the banana exits instead. So m0NESY, now he activates as he hears them exiting the site, and they're actually going to waltz through the open door of CT spawn. So the path of least resistance is m0NESY now is chasing them out, and will go down. Kixon reroutes to the wrong place, and, well, that'll be that. The bomb goes off. The round is theirs, that 1 round gap. Apex furiously typing away. It's another tech. Okay, well, I can see down the end of the line, Mezzi headset off, getting some support from tournament management. So we'll have to keep the details of the game to ourselves for now.
Yeah, I think both teams are doing great, Chad. Maybe you can hear me.
Yeah.
I particularly think Mezzi's doing great. But yeah, if it is going to be headset off territory, I could see Mezzi was kind of highlighting something at the end of that round as he was backing away.
Well, the phone box has come out, I think.
And you talk about, you know, how much this third, fourth matters to Falcons. For Vitality, the framing is different, but it is actually the same. You may have heard us talking about it yesterday as far as the Club Championship extra cash is concerned. The desk reminding you, for Vitality, a third place finish here would allow them to surpass Liquid in that Club Championship and up the prize purse to an extra milli. Now that's for the org.
Exactly, and maybe they get some of that.
Sure, I mean,
don't know what their deal is.
All I know is that I want the people that are paying me to be paid.
Sure,
you know
okay, because it means that you can keep getting paid.
Exactly.
Yeah, so as long and you keep your boss happy, don't you?
Yeah. It's not like, you know, they're not going to be crying tears of joy if they secure an extra million for their org.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, yeah, no, Apex agrees.
Yeah, exactly.
Apex agrees indeed. So this does show you that the bit of the zoo setup that we've got unfolding in front of us right now, it's an interactive vibe.
Yeah, it is. I like it. I mean, dude, I had so much fun with the third, fourth place we did over in Cluj.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think we'll be having the same treatment as we did there.
No, I think that's actually guaranteed.
If anything, what you would like to get run is not a beer, but
I'd love a
cold brew coffee.
Oh, a cold brew.
Could you imagine someone comes charging in with a coffee?
Yes, please. With like an irrelevant splash of like oat or almond milk.
Oh, okay.
I don't mind.
Well, you don't even need it, do you?
No, but I just like a little splash,
right.
Just to change the color. So that's my coffee order. Anything else you want to talk about?
I'll take a cortado.
Cortado?
And if you don't have one of those, a flat white.
Yeah, okay. But I'm not too fussy about the milk. Like I wouldn't mind. I prefer not to go for the dairy for some reason.
See, this is the thing. I have to say, sorry everybody, we really can't talk about the game right now because the players can't hear us. So we have to talk about silly things, and that's what we're going to do. So, yeah, look, I hate the fact that now I have to say regular milk.
But that is, as opposed to what?
Well, what it is, which is just milk.
You could just say dairy. Is that too many syllables?
Well, almond and oat, they're not milk.
Regular
they're juice.
so many syllables.
It's juice.
3 syllables. Whew.
It's almond juice.
Yeah, and you can make it at home.
You can. Put it in a blender.
Yeah. I saw that the big dairy are trying to, like, you know...
Big dairy?
Yeah, they're trying to make propaganda that the almonds and oats are bad for you.
Well, Bessie's not happy.
Who's that? Oh, the
Bessie
cow.
the cow.
Yeah. I know her, actually. That's cool. Yeah, okay.
Oh, dear.
So that's your breakfast.
Well, what we could do, we could talk about the Aurora versus Mongols. Best of 5 final coming up. Let's do a pre-show.
Okay, a full pre-show. Let's do it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Big one, best of 5, and for all the marbles. Chatty B joining me. Chad Sponge Birchall, you've been playing this game an awful long time. Do you have a feeling coming into today, just feeling, as to who's going to be
Oh, you wanted, I was going to do veto, I was going to do all that stuff.
No, I know, but I'm a desk host, right? So I start with the prediction there.
Here we go.
Because then I can battle back. I will take the opposite opinion.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so I can come in and go, well, listen, Alex, you know, these two teams, they have an awful lot of history between the two of them. Both struggled just to get to those stages. Then on those stages earlier in the year, they felt like free wins. But Mongols have definitely activated that major final against Vitality, and now a couple of wins as we're back underway with the game on our screen. So we'll get back to that if we have another tech timeout.
Over the course of these 3 maps,
I'm sure we'll finish that desk segment. Okay, Mezzi, problems solved, and up banana he goes. 3/4 banana smoke towards logs, but Mezzi's ahead of it. Go with the nade. Doesn't release it. Now won't have the chance. Oh, it does back off. Singed toes.
Okay, so he extinguishes in order to keep this acceleration up and force out a smoke from the defenders. They've only got 2 left, Chad, so very early doors to be burning through your limited resources.
Has drawn the rotation as well, so they do feel that they're under pressure, and Kiyasuke is also going to transition in towards sight. So he might try and be this unknown entity. We know that Kixon and Nico are the B defenders. Tessus has taken over the role of Pit. Want to see the AWPer here, there, and everywhere, and Kiyasuke that A rotating rifler. So they applied so much pressure. It forced the rotation. Kiyosuke not playing in a rotation spot, playing in a committed position. And now on those 2A defenders, they have all the pressure.
Yeah, it's going to be a long wrap, it looks like. Which is perfect, by the way. m0NESY going to be forced forward. Actually pushes. Oh, perfect timing.
Right.
Masked by the HE. An important trade back, and now they'll have a good idea that he's on site somewhere. Looking for Tesses. Rotation on its way. Graveyard fight. It's going to be awkward. Yep, overcome. And saving already.
Everyone's favorite 3-letter word. 3-letter? 4-letter. Early for us as well.
I'll tell you my favorite 3-letter word.
Don't know when save became a 3-letter word.
Oh dear.
Is it Mezzy again?
So, ladies and gentlemen,
back to that death segment.
Back to that death segment.
So where were we? The
you were
toughest
just
between
saying
two
how
teams, a bit of a head-to-head.
Mongols have kind of maybe
they've broken through,
through.
whereas Aurora haven't been able to do the same. However, the win yesterday is massive.
Is there another final that I'm forgetting that from Aurora? Was it a Blast?
At the start of the year against
Start of the
Spirit
year.
when they were Eternal Fire.
Right.
So you're not forgetting it.
Yeah.
They just changed
Their
their
name. That does confuse me.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit cheeky with it, aren't
Okay,
they?
so this will be their second final this year for the Aurora boys.
Well, you're fact-checking me live without
I know,
a computer, so
and you
you're
don't have a
making-
computer either.
And I didn't prep for this match because we're not doing it. So, look.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Is he fixed?
Really?
Well, not is he fixed. Wait, the computer
Not
is...
a dog. Oh, we're doing we're doing a full Formula 1 change.
Tournament management now, plugging in different cables, the real assortment. We're going to have the classic USB 3.0s. We're going to have network cables. We're going to have display ports. It's all going on right now. Don't forget about that kettle plug. That one right there should be one of the easiest, the biggest of sizes.
With the power cable, I agree. Looks like he's actually going to be going for an SSD up the front panel. Now, that is accounting for the motherboard to be correctly wired here.
See, this is the thing. I don't know if he's gone with the quickest of positions to plug. I think if he was on his stomach right now, right, the hands are free at that point. Right now, he's using one to keep himself up.
Yeah.
If he had both free, was able to balance with his torso. Look, the people at home don't care if his legs are splailing about. That's fine. That's all right. I mean, he's getting the plugs in, and it does look like there are a few more to find.
Also, there are some people out there, there may even be a viewer out there that has plugged their fancy new monitor. They've plugged it into their motherboard. Now, I just want to...
Make sure it's into the graphics card.
Let's make sure it's in the graphics card, and let's just right-click on our desktop. Let's click display, and let's just check the refresh rate.
Yes, definitely make sure that you are getting the optimal hertz available on your monitor as...
Whenever I accidentally end up on 60 hertz nowadays, I've been a spoiled brat, you know. I see 60, I can't believe I used to play video games on 60. Actually, 75 was my breakthrough.
So this is the real problem we have as we glance over to Mr. Nico, a nod, a peace sign, and everyone has smiles on their faces. But yeah, look, this is why the CRT generation, we were somewhat spoiled, weren't we? Because then when we brought out, they were much better, and then we brought out these bloody panels.
Yeah, but LAN was a workout.
Put hair on your chest, though, didn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Having to carry that monitor in the LAN hall.
It's true.
You drop it.
GG.
Mum's not buying you a new one, is she?
No way, absolutely not.
So you would definitely hold on to that precious cargo.
Yeah, this is from the generation.
And Apex would have been one of those men who would be carrying his CRT monitor back in the day.
For sure.
Be those BYOC French lands.
Yeah.
He's got existence on one side of him.
Meanwhile, for Rops, as soon as he got flown out to the FACEIT office and they plugged in a 240 hertz, he was like, oh, this is how I play games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, right? You've got different generations on display.
Yeah. Who do you
We've
think
got Regali night lighting again, so it's great to see him picking up his secondary gig. He loves tournament management, Regali.
We know Nico used to go to LAN halls with Hunter because there's photographic evidence.
His parents owned one.
I can't call it a LAN hall, can I? It's not that.
His parents owned a LAN cafe.
Cafe, that's what they call them.
Imagine if your parents owned a LAN cafe.
I mean, that does sound like the arc of the protagonist of my esports. Not written it yet, but my esports.
Is it an anime?
Anime. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you looking for an animator, or what's the...
Well, at the moment, I've only just decided about 3 seconds ago that I'm going to make one.
I think we really could, though.
Yeah. Like, with our powers combined, and with, the team that did Haiku.
Okay, we're going to start. Oh, so we're going to start with a pretty mid-anime then.
Yeah.
That was a joke, everybody.
Yeah.
It's a great anime.
Yes. And I was actually very close to starting watching it. That's the end of it. Yep, very close. I got very close.
That's a gut punch in itself right there.
Yeah.
That'll get you fired up.
Okay, exactly. Which I figure we could do with this. So let's think. So the protagonist, his story starts parents own a LAN cafe. We're talking before he could walk, he's holding the mouse on aimbots, right?
Okay, yeah, I see it.
And we kind of montage through that. Do we need like an older brother? You know, do we need an older brother? That's the cliche.
If we went with real life,
That's
right,
the
we went with Hunter and Nico. It doesn't necessarily have to be the older brother.
Yeah, okay.
Hunter is older than Nico, but it's in the family. There's still that heir to
the
it.
cousin, the Rocha.
Yeah, and there's that photo of them next to each other and everything, right? So as they're building up, is that where we start? Is that or do we start there and then we do prequels, a bit like Star Wars?
I actually was thinking we maybe start with the villain's origin story. So
who's the villain?
He's born in Perth, and he tries really hard for a while.
And then realizes
international lad.
He has to go and have a microphone in front of his mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he can't hold a mouse.
Yeah.
To save his life.
No, but actually, good question. Who would the esports villain be? I mean, that's the question.
The esports villain?
Well, for our protagonist.
Counter-Strike
For
villain.
our protagonist, yeah.
That's a good question.
The Undertaker. You could have Simple.
Simple would. This is the problem. Does there have to be a villain?
I mean, not. You know, it's an antagonist. It's not a villain.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
That framing is better.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be a villain, but there has to be rivalries.
You know, exactly.
Because there's no real villains in Haikyuu.
It's sports. It's competition.
Exactly. Okay, so it's fine.
Competition, but
villain's a bad word.
Villain's a bad word.
That's all right. We've solved it.
Yeah.
And life's about words.
Exactly. And our job is technically, really, mostly words. So let me choose the right one. Antagonist of my story that I've just come up with.
Oh, dear. This is almost like a podcast
Simple.
for the people in here.
It is, yeah. A live podcast I didn't know I was going to be doing today. But I'm glad I'm doing one. You know what I'm sad about? Maybe now I could do it. I've got the time.
Okay.
I'm sorry, ObSpot. I didn't reply to your email. I would like a camera.
Jason got one yesterday.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't reply
Maybe
to
go see them after we're done with this. They'll be around.
Do you reckon I could just what? Just walk up and be like, hi, I'm bad at checking my inbox.
No, I don't think you go that angle.
Oh, I just go, hi.
This is the angle. You go, so let's do it right now. I'll be you be ObSpot.
Okay. Hi, pleased to meet you. I'm Machine. I'm working on the Counter-Strike. Oh, that's a bad start.
Yeah, no, well.
Are you me?
I'm you.
I'm ObSpot.
Yeah, we're ObSpot.
Okay. Hi.
I just got word in my ear we should be starting, so I don't know if... Wait, hold up. Flames'
headset's
off now. I do want to roleplay,
okay.
but Flames' headset's off now as well, so maybe we do have a bit more time than...
Now it's starting to feel like the Cluj third, fourth. Now it's starting to feel like our last venture.
Headset's going on?
That's a good sign.
Okay, good. Because we will... Okay, so we're going to finish the death segment, and we're going to finish the ObSpot roleplay. Okay,
cool. Yes, put those both on our list.
Okay.
Also, I noticed that Nico went for the most vibrant of keyboards. I reckon he had a choice.
Well, when he's sponsored by Ray.
I know he's sponsored by them. I'm sure he had a choice of colour, didn't he? He went for the Falcons colour.
No, but Razor's green.
Well, yeah, they have pink, don't they? They have other colours.
No, I know what you're saying.
I'm saying he's elected for the most vibrant of greens.
He does strike me as if we were doing a Power Rangers version of the anime, he would be the Green Ranger.
Okay.
He'd play the flute, the dinosaur would come out.
Complete left field question, but out of all the Counter-Strike players that have ever existed, who still would you reckon would still have a favourite colour?
Of all the players that have ever existed, well, I'd go the younger one.
I reckon PR.
You reckon PR's favourite colour?
Blue.
Okay, yeah, maybe lilac.
Lilac.
All right, here we go. Cyan. 8-8, all tied up. Just to get everybody up to speed, it's going to be both pistols in favour of Vitality. In the first half, Vitality only won one gun round. Now that they are on the T side, they are yet to drop a round, and we're getting back into the guns. Not a full bite.
Ooh, stray bullet through the smoke finds Kiyasuke, and he will just be continuing his warpath, actually. They're using this aggressive smoke to set up for second mid. Tess is a part of this process. Rops gets spotted out, controls the spray nicely. You can see with that crouch, he made it very hard to find the head. Masked by the wall. Kiyasuke 1 overstays his welcome. Okay, so this is an interesting one, because Vitality, they've taken down 2 players on the A side of the map. Your instinct tells you it's not wide open, but it is.
So I'm just trying to get myself back up to speed so I can get everybody up to speed. So the last round was that A play where Tessus and Monacy went down on the side after Monacy got the opening kill on Apex. He was then traded. That's why we had 3 saved guns. That's why right now we had the FAMAS and the Deagle. And next round we'll still have a full gun round. So right now Falcons would love to find a little bit more resistance. Still with 3 players alive, a couple of block smokes available as well. 38 seconds on the clock. I think they'll execute towards B, and then Rops should start probing towards A, or will he? Are they going to actually...
You've got about 10 seconds to make this choice.
Rops has to probe now, surely, because they've been blocked. So right now Apex has to believe, is this actually a stack, or is this just smoke and mirrors?
They're going to commit in. They're committing in with a
Full
bomb.
Committed.
Yeah, this is still available. Nico's position, trigger discipline, needs the multi, gets the 2, but not enough.
Mezzi dies, they lose the round. Mezzi dies, they lose the round. Like, that is a very, very touch and go situation, them going into the stack. So, okay. Sounds like a tactical timeout has been called. This is where the guns will come out fully. Now, does m0NESY bring out that CT side at AWP? EWC. I had the same question in the first half where I was discussing ZywOo bringing it out, and then he did. So let's see if we're right again. It's almost like a bingo card. But they handle the chip in of aggression. They walk away just past the stack. And not an easy round to win by any means. Fist bumps come in. Drinks get the lids on. Will this be a flawless half from Vitality on their T side? So far, so good. Now, Nico, I said, would have a lot to say on the T side in terms of the banana control. Well, on the CT side, him and Kixon is going to have the same type of conversations. m0NESY will bring out that. Ooh, take a look. Alex Flames has opted intentionally in with a Mac 10.
Ooh, and there's 3 no helmet heads.
So this is telling you it's going to be something a bit more direct. He's heading over towards the apartment side. The AWP posts up middle. Doesn't catch anybody leaping forward. Second wave, banana control.
Ouch, ZywOo 6 HP, m0NESY goes forward, Nico asking questions. Nice headshot from Merriman. Kixon in response, keeps it level, but it's the dunk from Kiyosuke's HE that will level Falcons out with that man advantage. Kixon on half health, m0NESY trying to hold on to mid. They, ooh, double peek him, but adjust into Flames on Boiler. That's the end of the round! Collateral! 1 bullet, 2 kills, buy 1, get 1 free. Falcons get the break of the silence in sync with m0NESY's first AWP.
Okay, well, all the eruption in banana forces them into the AWP, and the AWP does its job. So when you break it down like that, sounds awfully simple, doesn't it? But I'm sure a whole lot more went into it than that.
I love that he didn't get like too sidelined by the spot on the jiggle mid. He actually still adjusts into Boiler, anticipates he hasn't come alone. He brought company.
Right, 3 players starting over towards second middle, so it's just going to be Apex throwing util to hold them in bay. Let's see, jump spot, gets information, lots of talking. Lots of talking. Rotation on the way as they get the banana control, but it won't be there in time.
m0NESY, good angle for it, but the flash does connect. Diligent work on the util front. Vitality wrapping. m0NESY, quick to this. Does manage to dispatch of 1. Flames removed. Re-peeking. m0NESY's on 1. Double and out. m0NESY puts him down. Awkward now. Lots of smokes. Potential pushing. Yeah, Kiyosuke does go through. Apex falls. Bomb on the site, though. Will m0NESY opt for the plant? Rops provides the cover.
And he has a re-smoke available here, Rops. This might channel them in through short.
3 through short with plenty of util to play with. Kixon on the kit. Rops, that was his first fight. Spots out Kiyosuke. m0NESY in limbo. Trying to catch their progressions here. That's perfect. That's the angle. Double trouble. m0NESY delivers 3 in the round. Vitality's 10th. It's just the 2 of them. Rops and m0NESY, all 5 combined.
Yeah, going to be frustrating there for m0NESY. He gets that double on the wrap. I thought he did an awfully good job in that situation. 19 kills to his name. He is having a good map so far. But is it all in vain? An immediate response. It wasn't easy. Here's that double again from m0NESY. Peeks back in, grabs the second. Surprised he doesn't almost get another collat there. Pops out through the apartments, but the fact that they're able to get that late replenish up of the Moto smoke, the question there becomes for Falcons, do you want to just wait this out, which means it's going to be more touch and going in to be perfect, or do we group up and try the other avenue? And that other avenue was accounted for. m0NESY does get his ult back. And again, it's essentially the same round, Alex.
Will it be the same
round
result? m0NESY did a good bit of heavy lifting. It still wasn't enough. This time, Tessus has that headshot position, and m0NESY alternative position on site. Again, Flames meets his fate. Good trade. Oh. No, wow. Robson, m0NESY, they're like turrets into this site. You're feeling that one-shot headshot on the AK. Immediately forces Falcons into a rather uncomfortable decision to be made. You've got a man disadvantage retake on A, but hang on, ZywOo's just jumping around in the middle of site. Caught off by the fade of the smoke. Nico sets up a new one to peek over. There's cover from m0NESY, who's doing it a lot for the boys. Back-to-back triple kills from the Brit.
That might be it right there. Obviously, the loss bonus is in play for Falcons, but I don't know if we'll be able to get out another Monacy AWP. Run the repeat call there into A. And yeah, you're right. It was the closers being the openers this time round, and they just devastate that site. Very good work. Nico going for that, I'm thinking, okay, maybe they're considering the save, and he even gets a second kill on the Rops over towards Pit. So Nico does his job. It's just pushing through that smoke. They think that enough of a kerfuffle's been kicked up that there is a gap that has to be tended to. This series, just because of the nature of it, does feel like it has 3 maps written all over it.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the map choice of Vitality. We have Train coming up next, and we know we're not going to shy away from the fact it was a late finish last night for Falcons and an early start today. So they are going to be obviously a little bit tighter, and what that does entail is, well, sloppier Counter-Strike, which tends to be the most entertaining Counter-Strike. So we'll see how that unfolds as, well, Falcons are able to buy in. There's 2 Famises in lieu of those M4s for Kixon and Nico. And those are the B defenders, Alex. So if it is a B charge and they just don't get enough damage, you'll know why.
Oh, Zaiwu. They nearly had the double opening. Nico keeps us level. Falcons a must-win round. And Nico, he's actually going for more with just a FAMAS. I understand why he's gone for it. Feels like he has to do it all, but it has resulted in what should be a real open and shut case for round 21. The 12 will just glide across the line.
And also with the last 2 being so A-centric and A-early focused, right? So you're thinking, okay, well, are they just going to try and fight for this banana control and then drop back into an A-pincer again?
Oh, he's done well through smoke, finding Mezzi on that power position of Blue Box, but they're not going for it. Late into Inferno, but weaponry required into the next.
Yeah, so there can be 2 drops. Oh,
easy.
Don't die like that. Okay, yeah, we're saving. Are we? Let's just throw away the rifle.
Nothing worse than that, yeah.
He's so lucky he gets to hold on to that. So 3 life for both teams, but this has only been 1 round in the half for Falcons. This is the CT side, and we're in a CT-sided meta, but I still think Inferno, obviously the extra cash is going to help the CTs, but this map requires all the util and weaponry. The Ts, I think, are always going to have banana control advantage because of the lengthier period of time that the Molotov lasts compared to the Incendiary. And just the combinations of utility, teams are so good, especially a team like Vitality, at making sure they can get that control. So it was never going to be easy for Falcons. We know this is a weakness in their map pool at the moment, but those rifle drops come in. Everybody equipped for Falcons. We're about to find out if this is our last round of play or not.
Okay, Mezzi quick to this, asking questions of Nico. Oh, he's heard the burn. Still the flash comes in and still Mezzi prevails? Yeah, Nico's smiling, a grimace perhaps. Block smoke, they can just push this. Mezzi not scared at all. Look at him playing with some vigor. Spam from Apex onto Kixon. Looks like the bomb does need to be retrieved despite the site being lost. So still a question mark as to the finish for the CTs.
There's the CT replenish, which is going to alleviate a bit of the problems. And there is another one for Zaiwu available, and this lurk from Rops is essentially a round winner.
Nice shot. Vitality's map pick looking to be coming to collection. V for victory and all that. Well, certainly here on Inferno. Pivoting into the wide open A site to ensure it. Monacy, Tessus finding themselves in ruin. Sure, you've caught Rops, but Apex is down a 2-on-2 all of a sudden.
They're being so cheeky with this. It didn't feel like this needed to be so complicated. But okay, they'll plant the bomb over towards A, and now they have to rotate back. And Flames isn't contesting either of these fights. They know that the bomb is not on B. The sound gives that away. Now Zaiwu has to stay alive.
Yeah, this is actually really weird now.
He has to come back through middle, Flames, because it's a default plant. It's not planted for him library side or anything. So this is curious. Zaiwu just has to delay. He can't die immediately.
Well, he's played apps. Oh.
Spotted him.
I think so. They're light on time. There's no chance. No time. ZywOo pulls it off. It's awkward, it's clunky, but it's Vitality taking Inferno after all.
Okay, well, after what was a pretty slow first half of play, it was the pistol, it was the conversion, it was one rifle round, and that's all that they need to get them across the line with an 8-4 first half in favor of Falcons. I'm going to hand this one over to Mike. The Vitality are looking for here. Now, this is their third consecutive semi-final loss when it went down yesterday to the Mongols. They would love to get just a win under their belt, try and add a little bit more confidence because they are rebuilding into the second part of the year.
Yeah, and Apex took to Twitter to talk a little bit about
a little bit.
What did you infer from his?
It was quite a chain of tweets. Essentially, what I took from it was people are being quite harsh. You know, we know that we're not performing as we should. We want to win, just like the fans do, and well, we'll try and get back to where we were to start the year.
Yeah, probably just like a kind of a bucket of cold water on the face that the flimsy fans, the glory supporters, can't handle it. The real ones, I'm sure, understand.
All right, well, util 4 Falcons on this pistol. We've got 2 smokes of flash and a Molotov, and right now as they are heading over towards the box holes aplenty, excuse me.
Yeah, the bot holes when I'm in there.
Yeah. Or it's the Portuguese beer. Consmoke lined up. They've been blocked towards low ramp. This will facilitate a rotation, so you can see Apex joining the fray. That Molly destined for his spot.
Yeah, okay, so Apex is forced and warded back, and Robs gets nothing on receipt of the Tessus push. Tessus has been such a lovely, just blunt object. Just jumps out into sights more often than not. They can't even get one. I thought Tessus was a guaranteed kill. Now Mezzi's barrel's been spotted. He's getting closed in on. Monacy hits it with the P250. And yeah, that's a very convincing start to Falcons train. Their map picked for a reason. And as Chad had highlighted, this third place decider got 3 maps written all over it.
It does feel that way, doesn't it? And, well, if you remembered Nuke yesterday, Vitality got blown out. So if we do get there, they'll be also looking to right the wrongs of that. So I think the difference to kick things off is a pistol round for the Falcons. They weren't able to do that on map number 1. And we'll see how long those flow-on effects can follow. CT side 4 spies, they are definitely possible. But do you want to opt for a move where maybe you push up Pop Dog? Or do they even want to 4 spy at all? Because right now, we can see there haven't been any investments whatsoever. It's going to be an eco round taken from Vitality, so they're going to want to bring the M4s out into the next.
Something we know that Falcons have is that double HE for the pop push. Might see that on the first gun. I think that's what they did in their
game against G2.
Game against G2. Double HE, double kill, and they actually lost the 3v5.
And that was a game that they started 6-0 down.
Yeah.
And they had to battle back into. So the fact that they are going to get a nice start should be filling them with a bit more confidence. Now, they've gone extremely rifle heavy. It's 1 AK, 4 Galils. You really want to avoid taking casualties because of those investments. And they should be identifying soon. That'll be the Eco. They're about to come running into Pop. Yasuke, how many can he get? It's actually going to be Nico to farm up 3. Make it 4, and it's going to be the ace. Nico will add all 5 to the tally.
Feels good.
Mate, those are everyone's favorite type of kills.
It's like you get your half's worth. You get your quota.
Actually, they don't matter as much anymore, do they? With the HLTV economy adjusted stats.
Oh, true. Do you think players will stop being such hunters for them?
I don't think anyone will ever stop being an eco hunter, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, definitely won't find the same level of implications, will it? Okay.
Camera smoke thrown out.
Done with the eco, now into the guns. CT side without a kit.
Blocked a little. Don't know if that's going to have any implications. So a 3-smoke opening. Does it lead to anything? It leads to Romps being very low. Falcons have started off with early pressure B. Forces ZywOo to lend a hand to the low HP B anchor. But it's all a ruse. It's actually a 3-man contact walk through Ivy. Responsibility of Mezzi. Ooh, solid output damage-wise. And he gets a dink onto Kiyosuke as well. Finished off. Flames, can he match the output? Gets Monacy dinked as well. Tessus Monacy, hamstrung. Kicks in Nico, healthy, and Nico pushes out the smoke. Instant deletion into the first. Apex doesn't even get a chance to react. Bomb moving back. ZywOo relays that information. Nico out red. Progressing, and ZywOo will clash with him. That's big from Nico. Double kill. 8-0. Even if we did just watch the ace against the eco, these two a lion's share in the first gun round.
Anybody oversteps the mark, Rops is in a very good position to collect, and I'm not sure if Flames wants to even investigate now. Obviously, because of the buying pattern that they've gone for, it's going to be a bit tougher to see them save and then buy back in. So they are going to give it a look. Tickle on the bomb. Does find commitment and goes down. Now that 40 seconds are thrust onto the clock, I would be trying to find yourself a safe haven to hold on to these rifles. And Rops thinks the same. He starts to path backwards. The same for Flamesy. And we'll call this 3-0. So very well done.
Yeah, just the unconverted damage from the Mezzy Flames exchange Ivy, huh?
Is that a laugh from Falcons? I was trying to identify. I don't think anybody in the room would be having a giggle other than them who've gotten away with murder. I do like teams who are starting with, you know, the 3 Ivy pressure on the first gun round. It really does set the tone. And somebody like Mezzy, it does make things trickier for us. Well, Rops hangs around, and that's where they've exited. So he doesn't get to retain his M4. Bomb will go off. Loss bonus into the bank balance, but as mentioned, it's going to be tough to justify the investments with where the loss bonus was at, and only saving 1 gun takes away that threat. So this is going to be a very slow start for Vitality on train. Not yet to leave the station. Scout for Mezzy. 5-7 for Apex, Deagle for Zywu, MP9 for Rops, and the save down 4 for Flames. So a menagerie of a purchase right now.
Yeah, not going to be the easiest to get output out of.
Oh, cheeky nade. Very cheeky indeed. Okay. Well, shell-shocked Kisuke walking wounded alongside an eco.
Yeah, and now 5-7. Extra lethal. Couple of shots to the body would get the job done. Flash, though. Not blind. Oh, but Kisuke doesn't matter about the nade. They couldn't finish him off. Zywu will.
Overkill.
Yeah, very nice shot. But the Rob's going down. That's going to open up the B site. They can run it down. You can see that they're hesitant to do so. And nah, they'll just take the shots, I guess. Okay, Mezzy with a scout. Modesty does get across.
Well, the support's here as well. And don't forget about Tessus. Ivy Lurk will essentially secure the round, worst case. And worst case seems very unlikely as Mezzy will go down to Kixon. Couldn't find anybody and then just waltzes into the open, and Modesty with a big smile on his face. So
this is crazy. I could hear more comms than ever, right? Modesty got into that smoke. He just kind of went, where do you want me to go? He just sat knife out in the smoke, let his teammates win it. They're probably screaming at him to go A. He's like, just kill him.
At least they're having a good time.
Yeah, 4-0. Let's see if it can stay that way. It's rare to see Vitality kept down.
Yeah, and it was a slow start after the pistol and the conversion for them on map number 1. So we'll see what follows now as Zywu does bring out the AWP.
Oof. Rops' aggressive venture thwarted by the HE. Has to respect that. Tessa's putting a lot of pressure on Ivy with that smoke. You can see that forces an awkward 2 options for him. They're just running into Rops, and again they just get this opening free of charge.
That is such an interesting move to be. It's literally a flash and a smoke, that's it, and then they just erupt. So your B defender, we can actually dive into this because it should be the save. So your B defenders, they're going to play like jiggle defenses, and then they're going to drop U2 on a tell, right? So that's why the flash comes through at the same time as that connector smoke. So if you do catch him off guard, he'll be scrambling, and it also, you know, causes the rotation to be in a very tough spot. So the lack of telegraphed util does not allow them to be in the right place at the right time as they're looking to do damage on the exits. Sporadic spray does tickle them up, and oh, that's the AWP gone. So Vitality, 5 in the hole, CT side, train, yeah, that's right. Now they will be able to, as long as they hold on to these, which I'll hold my breath, it might not happen.
Yeah, should be fine.
Okay, so they can drop across 2 rifles and go again. But yeah, Rops in that situation would say, hey, my bad, I was the only defender there, and they erupted very quickly in towards my side. And with a very nice shot to make that all possible. So I like the approach. Good to see they are showing some proficiency on this map. Don't even mind the fact that they wanted to work on it. It's just something where you look at modern Counter-Strike and you look at the players in this team, you think, okay, we'll just wind them up, let them go. Like, they're Beyblades, right? But look, if you're able to come up with some unique approaches and turn train into your map, it can have some really nice ramifications in vetoes down the track.
Well, something that Rops has always been very good at on his B anchoring duties is that, like, he'll occasionally throw these aggressions into the mix where he is already in your face, taking fights, pop, flash, utility, and asking questions of your opening. But right now, he's not been able to get that going. They do the double HE. He starts to try and play for an info on the jiggle, and he's just been losing these 1v1s.
And you also need the connection of your pop players, right? And that's why that, in my opinion, is the most key part of real estate for the T's to get early on train, is the AWP. Jaunts over towards Ivy. He blocks, m0NESY clears. Nobody home, but that does keep the pressure up. And this is, you can see why mezii, okay, well, I'll drop a flash, I'll make sure that I'm having a look, because when players clear smokes, that's also when you try and progress a rifle through, and you get a bit cheeky with it, and it's clear that Falcons have no issues being aggressive right now. Actually blocked pop with the smoke, so that one's nice and deep. It will facilitate a rotation. ZywOo is going to join Rops over towards B. They do take main control late, call sector clear, and then the pieces of this CT defense are going to keep on moving, but they desperately need a round. So you know there was Ivy pressure. You know that you've foregone the box holes. You know that you've given over Pop Dog. But at least you have main, is what Flamesy's thinking. Oh, and guaranteeing now, as the sandwich smoke has just been deployed there by Kixon. He has the bomb.
Yeah, he has to be careful. Maneuvers back Ivy side. m0NESY starts to work forward. It's mezii in this angle. Feels like m0NESY should have him now. Gets the info though. Spots out just a little bit of leg.
It can't repeat that. This setup is fragile right now on A.
Yeah,
very fragile.
Surrounded from Pop and Ivy simultaneously. What's the go? How do they approach this? Apex, light damage from the Molotov. There it is. Nico from Pop, and it collapses. Just as easy as that. ZywOo gives them only one. Falcons, a well-structured pincer maneuver. 6-0 flying high. mezii and Apex still on the goose egg.
Yeah, I really like that. Right, so they're essentially giving them main. It's like, well, you can have it. That's fine, because it helps us inform what your setup is going to look like. And if you are worried about B hits, then you're going to likely play the 2-3 defense. And you can just see how it falls apart. They know what they have to worry about as they're coming through late through Pop, coming out Ivy. If you get that back lane control, that it can be very powerful. So really nice crunch, and especially without any team main presence. So well done for Falcons.
A 6-round T-Haul, and that's just the first
Flash the fight here on Ivy.
Yeah, mezii is going to be flashed in.
Good
Honestly, eats it, doesn't matter.
Okay, what are you meant to do about that one?
Muscle memory. What were you saying about those horses and their blinders? It doesn't matter. m0NESY gets the opening kill to keep Vitality in the dirt.
Yeah, and they shoved as well in this situation. Apex trying to get himself a upgrade. The only way I can see this one going wrong is multi-kills from the CTs, right? Having a gamble on a site, which they are right now, and then you need to get these multis. But right now, the man advantage as well as util advantage does lie with Falcon. So if they simplify their approach, make sure that they leave enough time on the clock to go for this, they shouldn't have too many issues.
Well, the issues come to them.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's info. But you know Rops is still alive, who is the B defender. If anything, that would probably help inform this decision, as TeSeS will keep the options open. Apex is going to get caught by timing again, I'm sure. He's going to be frustrated. I'm just going to keep my eyes on him right now.
He's looking the wrong way.
Yep.
And there you have it. And so the pivot begins. Yep. m0NESY realizes someone has to tend to this. Okay, catching the reaggress and just pulled apart.
It's so annoying as well, because it's like, oh, you got the man advantage, or you got a two-man advantage, and he's still playing the round like that, but it's great. As every bachelor knows, it's good to keep your options open. 7-0, as they are going to likely take this one away. Rops, you can't get out of there. You get one kill for your troubles. And if I was Xtaz, I'd probably take attack. Didn't get much of that.
Neither did Vitality. Monacy just ended that round. Lovely work from the dynamic AWP. Things flowing a whole lot nicer here. In contrast with Inferno.
Well, it was their CT side of Inferno that was the real problem, wasn't it? They got 8-4 first half. These upgrades aren't even given the timings or like the pacing from Falcons to capitalize on chaos, right? Play in smokes, you know, catch them on a timing as they start to have the execute. Just getting iced out. And he's just the one man again. Rob's on the B side. His rotation point will be Mezzi through connector. The AWP applying pressure. So if Monacy takes a shot, you're going to think, okay, it can't be the AWP lurking on its own. He's actually going to start to pivot backwards. So I'm going to give away his life in vain. Has to worry about that main slip as well. Mezzi now rotates in. Really don't expect a lot from this type of
getting used to that box. Yeah.
It's a nice shot, sure. Again, it's just the AWP is the one getting the kill. At main, it's like, mate, what are you expecting here? Zaru's giving us something to get excited about. Kyosuke and Nico both low. Well, they were. And there you go, 8-0. So continuing the winning ways. And look, the round's looking pretty clear cut as it's unfolding. There's really not too much resistance being felt at the moment. Definitely doesn't fill you with too much confidence for Vitality to get this done in 2 now, especially when you are 8 in the hole on the CT side of Train. They do get the full buyout again. Apex has a kit. Both Mezzi and Apex are on the board at least, so everyone has at least 1 kill to their name.
When does the bug stop? When does the Monacy Nico opening stop? Their combined scoreline of 23-2 right now, just 8 rounds in.
There's info. You know where the AWP is, or at least was, only seconds ago.
They're quite religious about the Ivy pressure, aren't they? Sometimes
I think it's very
3,
important.
sometimes there's 1.
Especially with the changes, right? Because of the angle, not being able to hold it from old bomb in the same way as well, the bomb train not being able to contribute in the same way. I think it is very, very important to have Ivy pressure. Especially with the CT's prevalence to fight for pop and fight for main. And right now, Vitality haven't actually fought for pop, which is fair enough because you're going to get mollied, you're going to get naded. This smoke is something that we saw, was it Mouse, who were throwing, right? And it was causing a couple of issues within the mid-rounds. But everybody is here for Falcons for the finish.
They've got so much faith in Robs. Gonna have to lend him a hand. It could be a fast flank now access for Flames. Throws out the block smoke. Looks like the timing here from the push is brilliant. He gets nothing for his troubles. Okay, catches Monacy. They run straight past. Good for Vitality, looking good.
Have to win this one, boys.
Great though. Kyosuke and Kixon partner up. It's all Kixon to close. Double kill from Kyosuke. Fake plant, Flames, and Zaiwu. He's managed to isolate the push. Why is Flames gone pushing?
Well, there was flashes coming for him. He picked the head of the flashes.
Kixon, have you got this one? This was their best bet. Oh, Vitality, a sigh of relief as Zaiwu closes it down. Kixon gets very close to coming up clutch. But it will be Vitality finally on their 9th time of asking, posting a CT round.
Okay, they got something to work with. Let's see how many more it can be. Yeah, the pop push coming in late within the round there does cause so much chaos. You can just see their Flames in the back line making a scuff scenario. Falcons have to fight forward. But the fact you only have 1 player staying alive, not hugely confident building, is it?
No, but 2 consecutive, maybe there is a little bit of a boost. As that's a nasty one for Monacy to deal with. He doesn't have any trouble though. Swallows the nade, puts him on 2, but gets another opening. 11-1. The kid is on 1. ZywOo misses a chance onto Tessus. That would have been a real valuable clawback kill. Flames actually does start to push out, gets out of the main, but at what cost? They've just lost B. Nico and
everything right now,
1v1 with Robs. Kiyasuke comes up short versus Mezzi.
Well, there's so much pressure B, it is going to draw multiple players on this rotation.
You haven't left Con, it's just ZywOo that's going to have access.
Well, Kixon has U2, but he's not with them right now, so it's just going to be a shooting gallery. Nico just tapping it in as this round is another one added to the tally. Let's make it 9-1 because ZywOo, he's already taken a couple of shots, only has 2 bullets left. So even if he hits 2, he's going to have to reload or pick up another gun. And I don't think he's going to get those options, even though he's been able to sneak past for now. He might get Tessus. Wait, hold up a second. Here's a kid. Guys, we're going to have to stay a bit quieter right now.
Yeah, we have to be quiet. We have to stay quiet. I cannot commentate. I can just tell you that ZywOo is going for this very ambitious.
They can't stop it.
They actually can't stop it.
They can't stop it.
ZywOo with a 1v4! Oh, can you believe it?
Yeah, okay, yeah. If he fires some bullets, they'll have to find another gun or reload. How about you don't shoot any bullets at all and you just defuse the bomb?
Moly. What?
Okay, well, again, not hugely confidence building.
No, but you know, on the other side of the thing.
Yeah, it does sour the mood of what was a gimme round.
Yeah, it was a flyer.
Okay, well, that's one way to skin a cat, isn't it?
And we are probably about 5 meters from the players as well, so I'm glad we shut up.
Yes, okay. Well, look, that one barely, right? The timing there, because I think Nico was continuing to push up and he was clearing deep. So ZywOo gets very fortunate with the timing. Tassa's thinking, well, this shouldn't be possible because we were in the side and this was just cleared, quote unquote. But no. So, all right. Still,
that's just the first road bump. The main interesting part here is if that does, you know, the cracks start to show in Falcons now. Do they compound into something worse, something better?
You won the round. This is your bye. So,
yeah, right. Scout.
Oh,
they go for the flash play. Yeah, this time, Monacy. What have you got? He's lost a teammate, and hang on. ZywOo Scout finds Kixon. Sure, Mezzi's a dead man, and Kiyasuke looking sharp.
You know where both are. Kiyasuke and Monacy both noted Ivy.
I like Flames' pivot, takes the upgrade.
And he will cut off any place towards B, which would then freeze up Robs to help outside.
He's quicker this. Might even be quicker than they anticipate.
He's actually going to keep on pushing. Interesting. I'm surprised he doesn't play to contain. So he's going to really hoover up a whole lot of information right now. It has to be main or Ivy. Very limited ports of call available.
Backer bomb, Robsters go down. Tough round from him. Fantastic from Kiyasuke. Stabilizing for the boys. Has he got the round here? Spots out ZywOo, goes down to the M4. Incendiary finds its way onto the bomb, now idle. Flames this long, drawn-out push as Monacy showing his movement. Surfs forward, but his back is presented and Flames ready to take it. 3-8, Vitality giving themselves a little something to work with at the tail end of RT's side.
Yeah, they will have definitely not a cushion. Well, they've got something to lie on. At least they put down a mat for themselves. That Ivy skirmish was
just feels like the bar is way too high now. Falcons with 8 on their attack. And a potential for a 9th, but, you know, maybe glimmers of hope. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and the thing is, the team belief seems to be there. And I heard them erupt, you know, in these rounds that they're winning, that they're still feeling it. Didn't even bother discussing their money because when you win 8 rounds consecutive, you are teaming with cash. Another chance on the AWP from New Box.
Oh, Nico, that is ambitious. Just goes push it in. How has he got 3? Oh, Falcons just erupt into the site. Nico with 4, an immediate laydown of the law. 9 for Falcons. It feels like that third map's a guarantee.
This land is calling.
They're on track for 3. We're on track to see Nuke, the third map and the third place decider match. The grand final coming up a little later on today. You get to see Aurora take on the Mongols to be crowned champion of EWC. But neither of these massive names, Vitality or Falcons, were able to muster up a grand final performance yesterday in the semis.
Think about all the big scalps we had that got eliminated very, very early on in the tournament.
Well, that's what happens. Single elim round of 16. You lose big names early.
Spirit, Na'Vi, then we lost Mouse. It's definitely been quite the run as we do turn our attention to the pistol round. Now, map number 1, Vitality won both. First half of map number 2, Falcons won theirs, went on an 8-round run and then closed the half with an extra on top.
Nico started with anti-eco ace and kept going. 20 frag haul in the 12 rounds of play.
This is this double high ramp stuff I was talking about.
Yeah,
it
which we didn't see any of from the first half.
G2 were doing it, and now Falcons have copied it.
Ooh, tough shots for Tessus now. He's had his bell rung, goes down. There's the trade. Kicks and needs another, and with his help of his team, they've managed to overcome 3. Head in hands for Apex, you can see just nothing going right, nothing going to plan. But when in doubt, ZywOo clutch it out. Flank comes through. Kiyosuke's got him dead to rights. Booking him in. Oh no! It comes down to that. 5 points of health. Kiyosuke nearly made a meal of that one.
I'm only used to the Nico reactions on the cams, but being able to watch it at the same time as it all unfolds is a new spectacle. If that moment happened, then I'm sure Vitality would have erupted, but all of the rounds that they've picked up have been hard fought. You've had a 1v4 Goblin defuse, you had an inside hold that required a lot of grit and determination, and then you had a 2v2 that you almost dropped.
Yeah.
But that is going to be the death knock, I would say. Even if you win this force, just the way back in is so tough. T-side train.
I think Rob's, after the way Nico was treating him in that first half, wants to have a go. Give him the same. Equips himself with the AK.
So ZywOo with those kills has given it to his Robin, literally.
He is the Robin to ZywOo's Batman.
And Batman's got the money.
And he's got nothing.
Well, should have called Catwoman.
Let me know if you've got a number.
This one is going south. The Penguin. Feeling very warm about how things are functioning for the Falcons. The Birds, they're all friends.
Yes, they are.
The gun show on display there for Apex. Maybe not in the server, but
I don't know, making the FAMAS look pretty damn good of a gun is Kiyosuke in this one, as is Kixin. And so essentially, same again.
Well, Vitality being put on ice. Mr. Freeze would be proud.
I'm afraid I can't play the comic book villain names.
Well, I don't know if this one is going to be too much of a riddle for the Falcons to solve.
Damn.
Flamesy has dropped that AK over to ZywOo. So we continue to give AKs to the guys who can shoot, but we need to see them shoot damn hard.
Allowed to exit. Main to be controlled. Nico hoovers up that space and will park the bus. However, looks like Ivy will be the port of call once more.
Oh, will it be Poison Ivy?
He can't be stopped. He can't be stopped. Whose responsibility is this? Kixon. To get across, Zyru's AK has room to stretch his legs a little. Audible. Wrapping around, that smoke now fades. Nico tucked into main. His Flames got it in him to win this with the Deagle. It would change everything. Oh. Okay, never mind. Falcons 12. This is going to be a quick one.
Well, they are the bane of their existence right now on train. I'm sure after this, Nico's going to be laughing like the Joker.
Maybe less maniacal. Maybe more jolly. Maybe.
Maybe. Well, this is a quick trip. This is a bullet train.
To nuke. We're off to Cedar Creek.
It is good to see Falcons justifying why this is their choice, though, isn't it? If you had to look at it from that standpoint. As there he is again. Last three, just going to peter out into this one. Can unplug the, well, I was going to say mouse and keyboard. That's going to come on the next map.
You need that,
can at least take the headset off, as this one really seems extremely unlikely they're even going to erect the boost. So getting cheeky with it, Falcons absolutely dominating Vitality on this map. It's also tough to contextualize this, right? So we've been talking about, you know, the potential tired factor for Falcons. They played late, but then they're coming in. This is still an important win for both of these teams. For Falcons, obviously, for the VRS points, as Kixon puts 2 more in the grave, and it's just going to be 1 more to find. And then you look at it for Vitality. They have such a great record this year. Train being one of those maps they've been able to win time after time, but it will not be the case against Falcons. 13-3, the smiles on the faces. That one was quick, it was fast, and it is all over Red Rover. And, well, guess what? We're going to talk to Mike, Alex.
Yeah, I think we should.
Hey, Mike.
Hello! You're my desk now.
Because they won the knife and made noise.
Yeah, that's not...
Well, they made noise, so they won the knife. That's what we're doing the math there, because we can't tell you what's happening in the server because we're not in it.
Not yet, anyway.
Ooh.
We're about to be there.
Yep. We'll get this one started then. And also, you know, we heard from the team talk. I think Apex, not going to tell you exactly what he said, but the summary was, we didn't play like ourselves. Let's play with some confidence.
Yes, that's not a bad way to paraphrase it whatsoever.
Let's get this one started then. Third map. Extra cash to splash. And pride, I think that's a key word as well. Vitality, sure, you're not lifting the trophy, but third sounds a whole lot better than fourth, especially up against an adversary that pushed you to one of the very best finals we've seen this season over in Melbourne.
Okay, well, that does confirm this easy side start. And okay.
Not going to be easy to get output of the P250 now. Supposed to be searching, and actually a couple more bullets through the smoke spam. Has Kiyasuke low 2. There's the finish. Onto Nico.
Always had to be. Now, they know bodies have crossed. The rotation down will have to be through ramp.
Actually, you know what? Being in this off-angle hut should be a free frag eventually. Kixon gets a quick one onto Flames. Not ready for that. And now Zywu actually adjusting to Tessa. Tessa felt like he should have had that one. Vitality looking to convert comfortably. Kiyasuke with the recovered P250 doesn't have the headshot required. There it is.
All right, let's go, Maxim. Simon backing. What do you got for us?
Oh, Zywu just backing in the corner. It makes a 1v4 a whole lot more winnable. Grouped up in heaven, they'll double swing him. Doesn't hit that one tap. Robs does, though. Vitality get themselves the pistol.
And this is the thing, somebody else is going to have to join Apex with the energy, right? He can be cheering, he can make some noise. Xtaz can do the same. And I would probably turn to Mezzi, who I think has just been a class act for this team all event long, even when they haven't found their successes. But he isn't going to be able to do this alone, right? And this is one of the things with the leader. If you're doing it and it's falling on deaf ears, it can actually deplete you as the leader too, because you're not getting the output that you require from your members. But the pistol round, that is going to be their third of 5 played so far. It was both of them going in favor of Falcons with their map choice to train. Return to Inferno, that's where Vitality picked up both, and they were necessary because of their slow start. Now we are going to see a force spy coming through, and this is without the bomb going down, so it's interesting to see Falcons going for this level of investment. There's a Galil on Kiyasuke, there's pistol upgrades on everybody else, and there's light utility to get them across to Secret. Kisuke will get straight down with that Galil, so he has the best gun to take those type of fights. Kixon is selling a top fake, so a molly top heart and flashes back sight, and because there's no steps and no extra conviction, the likes of Flamesy and Mezzi will be calling sector clear. We're on board with Apex right now on the jump spot. His closest rotation point will have to be Rops through ramp. There it is. So now, he doesn't actually hustle. So the T's don't try and chase him down. He doesn't par the way quickly. Breaks a window, and oh my god, I can't believe this. Yeah, I can't believe the vent rotation.
It actually had a chance there. m0NESY wasn't immediately holding.
That's 2 bad rotations from Flamesy in a row.
Looks like they're going to open the door and smoke. Yasuke, though, catches a bullet from Apex's M4, reveals his position. Recovery of the Galil bomb on the back, though. There's Nico. Big one on the opens the double doors. The jiggling shadow of Rops is tempting him into an extended fight. Hang on, Mezzi. Oh, he catches m0NESY coming up the vents. It's going to make it very clear and telegraph where that bomb is going. Man, advantage for Falcons to convert this.
Oh, Nico's away now as well. Going to be too late to this. Rops might be able to kill him.
Should have this every day of the week.
Oh, all over. All right, call this one done. Rops ain't winning this 1v3.
Second round, force by conversion. Nico's Deagle filling the feed. Everyone helping out apart from Kiyasuke. It's Rops to try and rectify, but it feels like it's too far gone. Yeah. And he seems to think the same.
No kid available for this one. Doesn't know where either player really is, so just no point giving that one a go. And the reason I say 2 poor rotations for Flames in a row is because the players were spotted on the pistol round rotating down lower, and then he rotated in and wasn't ready for them already window side. He got blindsided. Then in this one right now, we knew that they were down. Apex spotted 1, which makes you... So one of 2 things happens there. One is either it's brain lag from him, or the comms are bad. It's like 1, but I don't believe it. They're just showing face. Come on down. It's one of the 2 things, because it can't be, well, it could be both, but it can't be neither.
I will say that Apex's in-game body language implied he wasn't too stressed.
Exactly, right, because he didn't quickly just charge in towards the side, because normally you're worried about fast scaling if you get caught in that door and they try and collapse on the other side. But yeah, that's just poor work there from Vitality, and they were trying to really have some energy, and by winning that round, it's not only a force buy victory, it's a force buy without a plant, which is always going to be lighter on. They were working with quite limited resources there, Falcons, so that is a nice round to win. M4 saved, upgrades now for Vitality as the financial tug-of-war begins. The Mag 7 for Apex, that was the hero on Dust 2 against the Mongols yesterday. That helped split the game open late. A couple of 5.7s and a Deagle. Now Apex in a good position to use that shotgun.
He is.
Or at least he was. Now, less so. He's on his own towards B. So if they just go double door side, which with this much utility, that's what I would be doing. You get window and doors control. You get the smoke from m0NESY. You smoke one side, you molly the other. You have players come through window, you have players come through door.
You plant and you win.
And Apex has not been cleared yet. He's about to get contact.
Yeah, and if he wins this one, a Galil would be available for further fights. Here it comes, and the first kill is his. Nico was alone, that's what he reports. Attention drawn, rifle found. Tess is removing flames. Astralis plant. Apex might swing the door open and actually catches Kixon before m0NESY gets to him. Hang on, is there more to be done? Zaiwu, empty hands with the Deagle. Mezzi dropping vents loud. Shouldn't be anything more to be said about this one. Mezzi will have a look, nothing to lose. And he does hit that shot into the head of Tessus. Doesn't manage to find the follow-up, though.
Yeah, Apex really couldn't have done anything else there. So 1 is great, the second is beautiful, and you're hoping that causes enough chaos for your teammates to be able to capitalize, but they couldn't. And one of the themes that has been happening in a few of the games right now with Vitality since they've been struggling in the second, and I say struggling, right? They've made it to semi-finals in all 3 events they've attended.
Just not matching their output of the previous.
And that's the thing, right? If you become the best team in the world, the expectation is that you are going to be continuing to win trophies. That's not a realistic expectation. You are going to lose eventually. That's something that they had known. And yesterday was their 5th loss of the year, and the first time they had lost to a team twice, that being Mongols. Now, I know this is a 3rd place decider, so it's not weighted the same, but it will still mean something for the confidence of Falcons with a new roster and a new season, knowing that you take down Vitality regardless of the circumstances. And then next time you face them, how much does that confidence help you going up against them again? So as far as the bigger picture is concerned, this is all a continuous flow. We don't just have one tournament. We have continuous tournaments, and they all flow into each other, culminating at the end of each season being the major. And for Falcons, to win right now would be an awful lot of VRS points to help keep them around the bubble for stage 3. Fun little cams there, highlighting the type of utility lob towards top. Get a Molotov on hub, we get one towards CT vent, and right now, crossing your T's and dotting your I's. That means taking care of business as Kyosuke opens up the account. Making money right now are Falcons. It's about to be 3-1. And look at him just farming up, just tap, tap, tap it in. As the kid come and collected 4-3, we'll go down to Mr. Cool,
who would love to find himself the retrieval of Kyosuke's rifle. I wonder if he can go all the way through, under, back up and grab it.
He's planning the moves through the labyrinth.
Yeah, I don't fancy his chances. And Monacy doesn't eat up.
Now, maybe you weren't up so early. You were sleeping in on your Sunday. You might have been out last night. You had a big one. You missed map 1, you missed map 2. To be honest, you didn't really miss a lot. Map number 1, Inferno, it started out 8-4 in favor of Falcons, but that was on their T side. And then they were non-starters on their CT side. They got one round, and then Vitality just had their way with them. You move into Train, that was damn quick. It was absolute stomping. Falcons were just destroying them left, right, and center, and the only rounds that Vitality were able to pick up were quite labored or quite lucky. The 1v4 defuse was just Falcons maybe getting a little bit ahead of themselves. Right now, 3-1, T-side nuke, great start. First rifle round would continue to add to that. Azamu goes and starts red pole. He will hear Kyosuke make his dip down early towards Secret, but there's a secondary wave of support. Nico top main kicks it, and Monacy now pathing around red. It's a mystery how many bodies are down. Apex is about to find out, especially if he hangs around in this aggressive port of call. That smoke's about to fade, and does.
Yeah, he backs away.
Speaking of util, just one smoke left on Zawu, and he has pinned red pole, Alex. So he is unable to contribute, and it feels like they have a good idea where he could be.
Yeah, but that flash was a bit lacking follow-through. Nico still gets flames as a product of it, though. So Zawu's position noted. Monacy crawling lower.
Neither Kixon or Monacy have the smoke to scuttle forward, so this won't be the standard approach out single. They're just going to have to do it with the bodies.
Apex is hearing that. Might get a back turned here. Yeah, he does. A free frag onto Kyosuke, but Monacy plants regardless. This is going to be really volatile now. Monacy beats Apex. Oh, that's massive. You'll have to trust me on that one. A 2v2, low HP. Monacy, he still hits the headshot onto Rops. Now
the nade.
Awkward. Yep, watch out. Mezzi's safe. They double up, double swing. Another frag for Monacy on the rifle. He's doing it all, but it falls to Kixon.
No kit.
He got it in him. A 10-second defuse, no time. Zawu, it's not looking good. The odds are against you. And he calls the bluff on that first defuse. That should seal the deal. No time for the defuse. A fourth round for the Falcons. Kixon finishes off what Monacy started. In the absence of Kyosuke, Apex had to go down there. No one was close. No one could have stopped that defuse, or at least not easily. So an important frag and an important sequence from Monacy again on the rifle. You've got to be able to do both. Monacy certainly can.
Yeah, I think when you just look at Train and the performance he was finding there, sure, it wasn't necessarily all with the rifle, but Monacy is definitely finding some form today. And I joked, right? I was like, oh, yeah, Kyosuke, Monacy, these young Russian teens, they used to staying up late at night playing face and then getting up and doing it again the next day. And that's essentially what's happening right now. Because there's no point making secret of the fact that this team, when they lost last night, it was burning the midnight oil local. And then today to come in and have an early start time, we're talking 10 a.m. as we've touched upon to kick off this last map. It is a whole lot later in the day. It's 12:22, but still, your call time, you're going to have to get in a shuttle probably about 8:30, maybe even earlier, and then you get here, you warm up. It's tough to sleep after a loss, I can tell you that as a fact. I did a lot of losing in my career.
And, you know, as someone who was a former teenager, I can say that 8 a.m. wasn't so nice.
Yeah, okay. Well, with our powers combined, I started at 45, so yeah, I can't relate to that part.
Straight out of the womb, shaking his fist at the sky. All right, Apex is going to flash for Rops on his call.
Apex is, remember he's had the signature Scout? It's now the signature Mag 7. I wonder if it'll be next year.
Yeah, he likes to find his preference. And Robs unable to get anything started off the flash.
Well, they're ready to run at these yard attackers. You can see Unbreakable for Zai with Mezzi ready to push through the main smoke, or there on the fade, Flamesy as well. So at least 3 of them were close enough to try and duel this, but the slower pace has got them searching elsewhere. The smokes start to fade, they investigate Squeaky, and maybe they want to try and push into lobbies. Zai was also dropped back, and that's the wrong play. They were in the right place, but not anymore.
Kiyasuke advancing, Flames spotted, good work, 5-7, perfect range, and AK within retrieval. Puts it to good use for another. It's all just a consolation prize though. Falcons, again, light work.
How's this for a figure? In the last 22 rounds of play, vitality of 1-4.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. And it's the Falcons T-sides that have been really running away with it. Kicks in, of course, obviously a big part of those T-sides. He is the one making the calls. You can see that motor mouth there moving.
Okay, this has happened in every single match so far. We've gone, okay, well, then the AWP comes out. Can it make the difference? Zaiwu, we know he's feeling unwell. It's not one of these things, though, where we're looking to make excuses for the players, just reporting what we've been told. And the history books won't read, oh, he was not feeling great.
Yeah, we don't have an icon on HLTV for that.
So he needs to draw one back now that m0NESY's found first blood in round number 7. Desperately, I would say.
This one much more ahead of the play. 2 players rotate lower.
Oh, the AWP pinned back a warehouse, has to get past Nico, and now the lower fight comes.
Kiyasuke gets the shadow, spots him out. Only the one. Important trade from Mezzi, keeps us level. Zaiwu goes down.
I bet he can't believe someone's still top main with 35 seconds on the clock.
Falcons have got this weird, like, extra level of patience. We saw it on Train too. Even in those 2v4s when they get the early numbers, like, they weren't in any hurry. They're really showing some diligence. They're showing some refined counter-strike on their T side.
Yeah, they are very poised right now, and I think that this is just really going to sting for Vitality, right? This isn't going to be a condemning mark on their record, but it's definitely looking like it could be another loss added to the tally that has been the near-perfect season into what was a pretty spotless record. And I think that these losses just give confidence to the other teams, especially the teams who are on the bubble, on the cusp of definitely contending for titles. It's, again, once more, with the context of it being a third-place decider, it's not weighted the same as the loss to Mongols or the loss to Maus. But it still could potentially be a loss. And you and I had the fortunate position of being able to hear Apex trying to bring some energy before this map got underway. And it started so well. You win that pistol, and now you find yourself in a hole already. You're having a battle back on the CT side again. This is the exact same feeling that you just had on Train. And like this is it. You cannot force your team to you can't make them find that energy.
You
can try.
control.
You can only do so much. This
Absolutely.
is where hey, it's tough. I really don't know how they can get it flowing. I don't even know if it's possible.
Change the things you can. Accept the things you can't. And the wisdom to know the difference. Sure, they're low energy, but what can you control? You can control where your crosshair's placed. You can control what you say. And you can, perfect. Position yourself in the corner for one. There's an important trade from Kiyasuke. They're not in a rush of the Falcons. Multiple fronts under pressure at the same time. Flames under scrutiny here from Kiyasuke. Kicks and working lower. Already claims control as Rops looks to surge into lobby. An important trade of territory. Tessis is actually making a move here. Hang on. Comes on out towards T-Vent. Now, Mezzi hasn't revealed his position. He is vulnerable to a Mezzi jiggle, but hasn't gone wide enough. There it is. Tessis down. Kiyosuke's come from behind. You're not ready for that one. Flames in the heart. Is Kiyosuke ready for this close angle? He is now. Spots the shoulder. 3-on-3, 20 seconds. Where's that bomb going? m0NESY bringing it in towards this top side. It's a good move. Kiyosuke's flank has opened up this side. They use their util well. Still have to get across Flames' sight line, but not a problem for m0NESY.
No, not at all. Bomb will be planted. Now it's going to be a 2v3 situation. ZywOo and Rops, with their powers combined, can they clutch this one up?
Oh, what? ZywOo's holding for him. m0NESY peeks in and executes.
Okay, well, that AWP advantage, like death by 1,000 paper cuts there for poor Vitality. They're able to go 1-for-1 with the opener, but then just all the space that they don't have to work with, it's taken away from them, and then they get punished for it. As this will be another round on the board, 7-1. And that's an AWP available if he can get his hands on it. Bomb is going to detonate, so he should be able to grasp that. It's just been thrust back to the back of warehouse, so no problems picking it up, and we'll be able to give that to ZywOo.
Something.
Yeah. This is probably the most difficult position to contextualize I've found myself in a very long time.
Right.
Because these third place deciders, they're relatively new. It's something that PGO had brought in this year. We had the pleasure of casting one earlier on, and it was a different context. It was an arena, and it was still like early on within the season, and we're finding out how teams were functioning. That event also didn't have all of the big names. This is right now two of the hugest names, and two of the orgs that spend a lot of money, two of the orgs who here at EWC are in the money, I will say, in terms of the club championship. And then you look at Falcons, who are under all this public scrutiny, right? If you're going to spend this money, you expect results. If you're going to have names like they have in the server, you're going to expect results. And this win will do an awful lot for this team's confidence considering the circumstances. This is one that builds resolve, right? Winning a victory like this. Oh, boys, we were tired, we got knocked out, we were up against Vitality, but we still did it, we lost that one. But then you think, okay, but this is Vitality, they're depleted, they're here for the trophy, they're not here to be runners-up, but their org wants them to win because it's worth an extra $1 million. So it's just, it's such a weird puzzle to try and piece together.
What I will say, and what I think my main takeaway will be, is more from the Falcons angle of, you know, you haven't come away with the trophy. I'm sure that was, you know, organizationally demanded. But you take a third place, you take a scalp off Vitality, and the most important part of that is that for what comes next. I think the way you've contextualized that as far as being tired, not converting yesterday, and you come in and you put a T side you can be proud of up against the world #1. Hang on. ZywOo, nice 2 in the feed. Defends that top side, pace change. Bomb has slipped lower though. No one is there to acknowledge, with Kixon in a position to catch the secret stair rotation.
Oh, you have to win this, boys. You can't let this one slip through. You can't.
Weird trade of places.
If Kixon keeps searching because he heard there's Apex steps and doesn't find anything, this is actually valuable time considering we're now at the 40-second mark. And now m0NESY needs to know that it's a possibility because Kixon says, I don't know where he went, mate. And Apex doesn't know what's going on either. So right now there are some massive gaps. Robs will be able to acknowledge down from ramp side. Do you go back up the vent to A? That's still possible.
Yeah, it looks like he's looking. There's Flames.
There it is. Okay, so look, mandatory round considering the scoreline already. m0NESY gives it a good go. They still have more than enough finances for another buy, so you'll throw that one in. There's just more to reflect upon with Vitality as well, and I'm not trying to be a Vitality apologist to make excuses for them, but this is the most studied team in Counter-Strike at the moment. There's no doubt about that. You have the target on your back coming out of the break into this season. You are faltering, quote-unquote, right? You're not living up to your legendary, unbeatable, immortal status, and that's what you've had to the whole year. You're clearly struggling to find the energy and the ideas necessary in this current context. You had 2 matches in the last 2 tournaments, one against Mongols, one against Maus, where you'd played against those teams so much that you were essentially prac partners, right? And they're able to download every time and slowly figure out over the course of an entire season how to beat you. And I talk about it, right? Especially in the match yesterday, it's the mark of a champion. Like, if they want to get back to the top, they are going to have to win those games. Despite of all those factors. Oh my God.
Goodness.
Look at the timing.
Perfect, picture perfect timing from Kiyosuke. Ooh, bit of damage back from Apex through the smoke, but that is naughty. Okay, Robs gets overlooked. Where's that trade? They're coming in. It's important from Kixon through the flames. ZywOo takes a risk, costs him half of his health. But a 4v2. So we're dropping in, both responsible for a site each.
Had a good idea on it, gave the 1v4 a go, but it's just such a hollow situation, isn't it? Falcons flying high right now. Great to see Kiyosuke finding these timings on the yard control on the T side, right? This is one of the things, when you look at the positions, they didn't give him all of the most glamorous spots, but they gave him an awful lot of them.
Yeah.
And one of them is taking these spaces outside, and the timing there was perfect, right? Absolutely perfect for the young
Flames
man.
just going down the ladder.
And also, the Red Pole players there, the smoke just plumes. He's in it immediately coming in. Mezzi is not expecting it to be there straight away. I look straight at Mezzi. He didn't get tilted. He's like, okay, well, this happens, and it's definitely in this game. The best they can get now is 4.
Oh, that felt like a real must hit. Okay, makes up for it. As does Nico. Immediately trades. No Zywoo for Vitality, but they have still got plenty. Mezzi reveals his presence on the ramp side. Now the question is, where's Robs? If he's not ramp, where could he be? Okay. Silo removed, 2 on 4. They're coming back towards Mezzi's ramp hold. Tucked on the back box. He'll force you to clear him here. And he could get some info on his next time.
Definitely 1 kill.
Peeking out left side.
Surely 1 kill.
But where's his friend? Where's his friend? Just in the blind spot, Mezzi.
Okay, well done.
Steps up, well handled.
Whew.
They need every round.
Yeah,
they need every single
It goes
round.
that saying at this point, doesn't it? When we had 6 rounds in the last 27 played.
Still in the third map, of course.
Yeah, no, of course, of course. And we're saying the same thing on Train. We actually said the same thing last night on Nuke against the Mongols. Oh, if they... Actually, they were on the T side, though, to start against the Mongols, weren't they? So...
8
This is extreme difficult mode.
rounds. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Falcon CT woes, there has been some.
This is how do you punish yourself? Yeah, end up with an 8-4 CT half, third map, with $1 million on the line for your organization. All right, well, a tactical timeout called. Falcons wanting to make sure that they do get 9 going into the halftime break, and they've still got the money to do so. Tessus is the only one with a mission in the firepower department, and that's going to be a Galil. Money's going so well late for Vitality, they can even leave an MP9 at spawn. Isn't that a luxury? Everyone has kits, everyone has head armor, full belts and nades. Everything they need to secure this 4th, but before we head to that 2-minute break. Looks like direct, and they want to start by punishing Rant. Robs has actually started down B, so there's a void on this position, and who's going to rotate into it? It's going to be Apex, the poor guy. He's late to this. He can't contend this. Has to give it over.
Does concede it. Look at Tessus, just immediately pushes the incendiary, and they have to concede ramp.
A great context cam there, really showing exactly what was going down. Empty parks in the hut. As they wait for lobby regress, you lose one part of the map, you have to take another. But because they already had players started down lower, it feels that they are fortified for this for now.
Oh, Flames wanted to have a look and confirms a lot of presence in lobby.
Damn.
Kiyosuke into Zywoo. Zywoo bests him.
Ross needs help.
It's like he's going to need a lot more than just himself here. Here's confirmation. Util sails over. He will be double swung. Tessus gets it. Wow, he's got a lot out of that Galil, hasn't he? Takes the space in the first engagement. This time he enters the bomb site and secures the round. Flames and Mezzi, they may disagree with me. I don't think that's going to happen.
No, try as they might. That's going to be that. 9-3 on the half. Another commanding T-side for the Falcons. Just a handful of rounds away from taking up this third-place decider over Vitality.
All right, let's get ourselves this third, fourth place wrapped up. Falcons Vitality, and it's Falcons that definitely look to have the sharper talons. It's 9-3 and 9 being on the T side of Nuke. Vitality are certainly up against it, staring down the barrel of a volcano they must climb. And it looks like pace is going to be the remedy. Tessus doesn't think so, neither does Kixon. 2-3 in the feed, in the defense. Okay, well, that's one way to really suck the air and energy out of the other side of the room, immediately putting them back to spawn with another round to Falcon's name.
Look, if we're going to go with the X's and O's and talk about the numbers, it's 3 for 3 for pistols, but the problem is for Vitality in this map, they won the opening, they lost the force. They lost the force to a team that didn't even get the bomb down, and right there, that's where this map really started to go wrong for them. Apex tried as he might to bring that energy coming out of their break between the maps, and it's just not enough. The players aren't here today. They're unable to scrounge up what is required, and Falcons, you can see they clearly really want this win. This one is not just about the context of, okay, we come third at EWC, which is essentially their home tournament. You've played against Vitality 4 times this year so far. This is the 5th outing, and this would be their first victory. There's been 2 losses coming in grand finals, 1 coming in a semi. And maybe this is some form of revenge. I think the mentality going forward for Vitality, this isn't going to be a loss where they're going to sit and go, okay, well, yeah, they're better than us. This isn't just where they haven't shown up today. And I don't know how many dents they can take before they really do start to crumble. When your expectations are grand finals and winning trophies, and at the moment you still can't make it to one of those, it's tough. It is very tough.
Nice shot, ZywOo. His name in the feed, and he was really the only investment, so sure, it might lead to a plant. That would be nice for the next round to come, but Kixon should be able to have a field day here. Ammunition light, double kill. Tessus the perfect weapon for the job, and ZywOo's Deagle overcome. Yeah,
bought enough time there, didn't he, for that rotation to come in and help join him for that lockdown. So well handled, taking care of business right now. I don't know, does Kyosuke always sit like that?
What?
Or is he a bit more casual right now?
I think he has the chair always reclined, kind of like.
And then once he dies, he goes into reclined position. Okay. Well, do I need to say it?
I don't think you do. I think everyone knows what's up. One team looking a whole lot more comfortable than the other. And Falcons simultaneously just going to be feeding into the rivalry further by denying the organization an extra $1 million. Okay, well, it is just a meat grinder yard. Apex ZywOo go down to m0NESY and Nico, as easy as that. Okay, of course, Mezzy gets caught on the next spam through the window. So he's walking at 30.
Yeah, the history books are definitely going to say Falcons over Vitality in this matchup, but the context of this is one that we'll only really be able to tell the ramifications of in future tournaments.
Yeah, how much does it bolster a team's confidence to be able to say we beat Vitality 13-3 or whatever it may be? And
the other way as well, right? So for Vitality, when they go into the next event, they can definitely use a lot of, I don't want to say excuses, but rationale as to why this was such a whimper, as to why they had lost yesterday to the Mongols. But unless it's backed up, unless it's followed through with a different type of result going forward, this could be what is the beginning of the demise of the once great season. And all we can do is sit and witness what is unfolding in our very eyes. Door swings open.
Oops. That's not ideal.
His teammates. So it's just going to be one man.
Is it possible to lose gracefully? Rob certainly seems to think so, giving it a real good shake of the stick, but in the blind spot, Tessus resides. It's 12-3. Just one more round. That's exactly what the Falcons comms will be saying. Just one. Make it clean, make it easy, before Vitality remember who they are.
Yeah, well, that happened once before, didn't it, Melbourne? 12-6, this very map, best of 5 final.
Good point.
And they definitely remembered who they were. ZywOo happened, he won a massive clutch, but this one is not in reach. This one is not possible. And this one, I'm thinking Vitality just want to be done and dusted with. They have to shove their investments. Bleak, 2 Tech 9s. Mac 10, two Galils. Still to a smoke wall yard. Still try and find some progression. This is looking like back-to-back 13-3 victories. Absolutely stomped out.
Yeah, Inferno, the only kind of exception.
And that's a map we know is a weakness for them.
Oh my God, they actually can't get past Nico every single time. They've tried to get across this yard. They've lost bodies again. 2 casualties for Vitality just to get the basics. Just to get across. Kixon gets 1. Flames with the Mac-10 leaping around the corner. Received by Nico. And he's finished it with style, hasn't he? Triple kill from Nico. Now the rest just have to put it in. Robs goes maneuvering forward. Trying to sow seeds of doubt with a cut of noise. Now a reveal. Yo! And Kiyosuke steps in. He backed his aim. Allows Robs to make another. Odyssey is low.
They heard him off. They know he stepped.
25 and counting. Trying to chase him through the vents. Tassis considers that as an option. Flash from the ramp side. He's piecing together their location and whereabouts, but with only 15 seconds. Feels like Robs has let that clock get a little too thin.
Well, now you have to stick it.
Can Odyssey run him down in time? I don't think so.
Oh,
gets off it.
That's the round.
Time.
Just live. Oh, this is going to be close.
He's got it.
Oh!
Wait. Tessa's opened the door and that's it. So close to something, but Falcons, a masterful conversion. 13-3, the magic number twice.
Elation on one side of the server, Somber on the other. A third place decider, never easy, especially when you had your sights on returning to the glory of the grand finals. Vitality come into the Esports World Cup